This is the English service of Radio Deutsche Welle, broadcasting from Germany.
People in Europe. A day in the life of Pavel, a busker in Prague. Hello and welcome to this edition of People in Europe. I'm Gudrun Heiser in Cologne. In today's program we'll be travelling east and visiting the Czech capital, Prague. The Golden City has always attracted a lot of artists and, since the end of communism, more tourists than ever. Even if most of the holidaymakers only spent a weekend in the Czech capital, tourism has become an important economic factor. Pavel also earns his money from tourists. Pavel is one of many buskers in Prague. In real life, though, he is a student who is still dreaming of becoming a great rock star. For a day, Peter Smith joined Pavel, who obviously has got only one thing in mind: music. And it seems that Prague is just the right city to make his dreams come true one day.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Although he struggled for recognition at the imperial court in Vienna, he found appreciation and fame in Prague. In later centuries, the Czech composers Dvořák and Smetana also drew inspiration from the Golden City. And the tradition looks set to continue. Prague, after throwing off the shackles of socialism, is now one of the hottest tourist venues in the whole of Europe. Its narrow cobbled streets, red roofs and cheap beer attract holidaymakers from all over the world. And where there are tourists, there is the busker.
I gave you all my mind, just like I said I would do. But you're running, spending on some other man who don't give a beat for you. I gotta let you go.
Pavel regards himself as a serious musician. But as we all know, most serious musicians don't have two crowns to rub together, particularly in this city. On a good day, he makes no Czech crowns at all, only dollars, Deutschmarks and Japanese yen.
Last night come home drunk, smelling like a gypsy rose.
Pavel is still quite young. He'll shortly turn 25, and in the real world he studies acoustic engineering at the Charles University. But for a student, playing on the streets of Prague provides valuable additional income, particularly when busking in certain parts of the old town.
But you're running, spending on some other man who don't give a beat for you. I gotta let you go.
I walk with Pavel as he takes me on a tour of Prague's narrow streets. One of the prime places to busk in the city is directly in front of the astronomical clock on the old town square.
It's one of the nicest squares in Prague. Usually I'm standing over there, because a lot of people can, stand there and watch this beautiful clock.
We're underneath the clock.
And every hour the clock plays a special show.
Hordes of tourists gather at the top of every hour as the elaborate old clock depicts the passage of sun and moon through the signs of the zodiac. The little wooden doors above the clock slide open and Christ and the 12 disciples march out between the spectre of death and the defiant Turkish soldier.
It's pretty beautiful and it's my chance, so I'm standing here and then I'm playing,
So what happens? Do the police tell you to leave?
No. I'm just playing after or before, and then I give them chance to see the clock and then me,
You take your opportunity.
Yeah, I think so.
One day, baby, I'm gonna be great, or you're gonna be grateful to me.
Music is everywhere in Prague, providing the tourists, many of whom choose to spend their long weekends in the Czech capital, with the ideal accompaniment to the romantic streets of the Golden City. One of the most famous landmarks is most certainly the Charles Bridge, which dates from the 13th century. The 75 statues that span its length are testament to the Catholic desire for religious ornamentation. Not that religion is foremost in the mind these days when strolling across the Charles Bridge. It's more likely the rows of souvenir stores that catch the eye, as well as the buskers that catch the ear. In fact, it was on the Charles Bridge that Pavel had one of his most unpleasant busking experiences.
The mafia just came and just took my songbook and threw it to the water. And then I didn't have a time to bring it, so I just lost my guitar case on the bridge.
And that was an expensive day.
But it was beginning of the day. I just started to play and then this happened, you know, so it was smoola.
But you didn't do it again, though?
No, but I will. I think I will.
Koulelo sa koulelo, červené jablíčko.
It is impossible to say how many buskers perform in the centre of Prague, but the narrow streets do seem to be full of them. Many play the accordion, others the violin, and in Pavel's case, the plain and simple guitar. However, even for buskers, there are strict rules of the street they are expected to follow.
Over there, you can see it,
Yes, yes.
2 policemen, you know. They are just standing there and looking for playing people. It's kind of prohibited here.
Most of the people that busk here, they are not allowed.
You have to take some you know, presentation or test to get a permission to play. Most of people playing don't have it.
And do you get moved on by the police quite often?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I have to say yes.
It was on the famous Charles Bridge that Pavel first met his American girlfriend, Kate. Now they live together in a second-floor flat in the north of Prague. Kate still has fond memories of their first meeting.
He was actually busking on the Charles Bridge, and I walked past him and noticed him, and then it took some work to get him to notice me. That was the hard part. I hung out there and watched him a couple times and waited till I got up the nerve to talk to him.
What did you think when you saw him? I mean, you must have seen some talent in some way or something to attract you. What was it?
Yeah, sure. He played the guitar really well and really cute, and I just wanted to get to know who he was and get to meet him.
You get up in the morning and you're dressed like you're going to school. When you get around the corner, your boyfriend is waiting on you. He picks you up, honey, in his fine car. But I'm gonna tell your ma and pa, you playing hooky, yeah, playing hooky from school.
Pavel began busking at the age of 16, although he inherited a love of music from his mother. His mother, however, was not very fond of a guitar.
Maybe it was more my fault, because I was the one who was playing accordion at home, and he liked it. So I let him start somehow with me as a small child, but later on he did not keep playing accordion. He found something else stronger than anything else. It's a guitar. And I like it, but you know, it takes a lot of his time. And as for me as a mother, what I would like naturally to have my son more serious, more sensible. Most important thing for him is the music.
Koulelo sa koulelo, červené jablíčko, komu ty sa dostane?
I think everybody can start with folk music. Foreigners can, you know, stop and listen like different kind of music, you know. So I think it's important to represent kind of Czech music in Prague Street. I got more money when I sing in English, but I prefer to sing in Czech. So it's a little bit dilemma.
Kouleli sa kouleli, dvě naproti sobě. Komu bych sa dostala?
Now, you're also in a band, which really must take a lot of your time too.
It's for fun, it's just one of my dreams. I think if you have some dream, you have to do it.
So you want to be a rock and roll star?
Something like this.
Where do you get time for other things, like girlfriends, for example?
I have time for everything, you know. I think I can do it. Yeah, maybe I can see it, you know, different than Kate, but I think it's great.
Strangely, maybe for a Czech, Pavel's favourite group are the English five-piece Oasis, and almost everything in his life involves playing and listening to music.
This is a very interesting song for me.
It's Oasis.
Hey, it's Oasis. You know it, I think.
I know it, yeah.
It's perfect.
Why this song? Because you can't play this on the street.
It's not so hard, I think, to play this song.
So it's melody, isn't it?
It's like more melody song, you know. People can, like stop, listen, a little bit dance, maybe, and then it's nice atmosphere, and it's good.
If there is one thing that Pavel enjoys more than busking on the streets of Prague, it's playing with the band Tram Sleeper. Tram Sleeper are an English band that live in Prague, but Pavel Junek is their drop of Bohemian blood.
They can understand that I, love to play outside too, and I hope they are tolerant. I have to say thank you to them,
You never have arguments with them about that?
I did, but it's alright.
Do you practice enough with the band?
No comment.
Andy is the drummer in Tram Sleeper. He believes that in busking for tourists, Pavel is wasting his talent.
You walk through the old town square, you see Pavel, you've got to change him from being a busker on Prague Street to being a member of potentially the biggest rock band in the world. You think that the guys are behind you. You spend all this time, destroying your life, your relationships, everything you have, and you tell him, yeah, we would die, we would do everything, we're together, we're gonna take this band to the top. You walk out of his office, you got a buzz because you think you might have just got something, and what do you see? Oh, you see old Pavlicek stood there on the bridge singing Christmas carols.
So okay, Peter, now we are in Club 19 in Kladno. It's just 10 minutes to our concert. Guys from our group just are doing some sound check. So I'm a little bit nervous. I have to hurry, to the stage. So I have to go. Sorry.
I always get a little nervous before he goes on the stage, but it's better that he's up there with the band instead of alone on a bridge somewhere, and they'll do fine. People seem really excited. They're getting ready to come out. He'll do a good job. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Number 22!
The busking and even the playing in the band is great while he does it, but I don't think it's going to last too much longer. He enjoys it, and so I enjoy it if it makes him happy.
I would say Pavel is going to be the biggest star this country has ever seen. As regards the Czech Republic, he's going to be the biggest.
When I go for shopping, then I see my son playing guitar somewhere on the street. I even can't talk to him because I don't want to disturb him. We both are laughing, and that's all.
I really like to play with the band, but I think the playing on the street is totally different, and I can't stop. And I think I probably will play so long that I'll die on the street, maybe, maybe.
I gave you all my mind, just like I said I would do. But you're running, spending on some other man who don't give a beat for you. I gotta let you go.
For Radio Deutsche Welle, I'm Peter Smith in Prague.
I don't really stand it no more, I won't, baby. You won't ruin me, baby. Well, I go have a thing no more.
You've been listening to People in Europe. Coming up in next week's program, Spain. A day in the life of a bullfighting teacher. Hope you'll tune in again. I'm Gudrun Heiser, saying thanks for listening.